It's June. We're in COVID-19. It's 2020. What the heck's going on in the real estate market with all this craziness around us? Let's take a look. It's nuts. I'm Daryl Palmer at RE/MAX. All right, so let's just look at trends real quick. There's a lot to look at and whatever. I'm going to have all of these things below. We're looking from April, May, and June, the three beach cities, okay? So if you look at, on the left is April, and you look at active listings in the green, going up. We started this in low inventory, and so we still have low inventory, and that's driving the market, plus the low interest rates I'll talk about in a bit. And you're looking at solds, that's April, up a little bit May, down a little bit in June, but July is way bigger than June. So we're going to see that happening. This is Hermosa Beach, same trend. Solds went down in May. It did it in Manhattan Beach also, but went up 80% between April and May. All right, let's take a look at Manhattan Beach. Again, active listings going up, solds going up. Went from 20 to 30 in April to May. That's great. And May, July. You know what I mean. Okay, let's look at it a different way because Daryl loves graphs. No, I don't. Anyway, okay, here's the thing. Blue line is days on market, which is important, okay? And if you look at the green is active listings. Now, on the left side, that's the number for the listings. And on the right side, those are the days on market. So it can be, you have to kind of look sideways. Anyway, look in the trend, active listings going up, which is good. We need more inventory, and days on market basically going down. Went up a little bit, but it's going to be down next month. So here's Hermosa Beach, same trend. We like Manhattan Beach was a little jumbly in May, but trend is active listings coming back on, which is great. And days on market is low. We're like 10, 12, 11, very low. Okay. So this is interesting. I don't care what you've heard. I don't care what you've seen. So far, we haven't seen a drop in home values in the South Bay. Other areas, you're going to see it. But here, not so far. And if you're a buyer, you need to know this because if you're out making offers, we're hearing of 10, 20 offers being made on in the 1.2 minus. There's a lot of people out looking. Why? Why are they looking so right now? Well, let's talk about that in a bit. So here is a don't worry about all these numbers. All these graphs you're going to see wherever you're at, it's going to be in a download below, or it's going to be a clickable link or something. I'll include all that for all you number nerds who want to take a look at it. This is just showing June 2020 versus June 2019 in the three beach city, Redondo, Manhattan, Hermosa. I'm looking at listings, I'm looking at the pendings, I'm looking at closed sales, I'm looking for trends, okay? Days on market, month supply, median sales price, and closed sales from January to June. So that'll kind of give you a little bit of an update. But generally, again, we're seeing listings going up a little bit, which is great because we need them because we're getting multiple offers on a lot of things. We're seeing pendings going up. Let's look at the pendings real quick. That's the second line down. And the purple is 2019. So you look at Redondo Beach, 2019, 68 sales, 2020, 96 sales. What? Okay. Now go next door to the Manhattan Beach. 37 sales last year, 58 this year. Pending sales, okay? And then you look at in Hermosa, 18 last year, 23 this year. Alrighty then. But you look at the closed sales, now that's a little bit different, a little bit off because of low inventory. When we started this thing, we had low inventory. So that is going to drive us, this market, keep it going. And what else is making doing? Well, it's getting stronger because of low inventory, but we have low interest rates. You guys, lowest ever. Right now, we're my lender crew, they're locking rates in the high 2%, 30-year fixed loans, 30-year mortgages in the high 2%. Dude, when I bought my first house in 1982 or 3 or whatever it was like 13%. Someone's like, oh, we're waiting for it to be 1%. Shut up. High twos. That's really amazing. Okay, so if you want to book a virtual 15-minute strategy session with me, go to meetdaryl.com. Why would you want to do that? Well, if you're a buyer or you're thinking about buying or you're thinking about selling, you're like, how do we do it in a COVID environment? I'm concerned about my family. I'm concerned about me. We have strict COVID-19 showing and everybody in the house protocols. I'm even a little more strict. I've made my own, but we have to follow that stuff. It's a little bit harder to show houses, but we are doing it. We're doing it safely, and we're being very smart about it, but we're being very cautious. So I could talk to you about that in that little strategy session. If you just go to meetdaryl.com, you can book a calendar event, and you can do a Zoom call with me or a Google Meet, and we can do it just like this, hands-free. And we can make some sort of strategy. I can show you how I'm listing houses and selling houses, showing houses, how we're doing it and keeping everybody safe from all the cooties. MeetDaryl.com. And if you do that, one, you'll be like more amazed than you are currently. And two, I'll send you a free copy of my #1 Amazon best-selling book, Dwelling Selling, How the Internet Made Selling a Home in the South Bay Easy, and other funny stories. Listen, it was a bestseller in 3 categories on Amazon. I'll give you a free copy. It's funny, and it just basically tells you what I do to get a house sold. But if you're a buyer, ninja tricks in there because you got to know how to seller's thinking. So there I am, Daryl Palmer, real estate evangelist, best-selling author, graph enthusiast. No, I'm not. All right, I'm Daryl Palmer, a real estate evangelist and graph enthusiast at RE/MAX Estate Properties. You can call me or text me at 310-502-4240 or go to meetdaryl.com and let's talk about your strategy. Talk to you soon.